Forgiveness around narcissism is an interesting topic of conversation, and forgiveness is what it means to you personally, how it affects you personally. Now, people can make a mistake in life, and we can make a mistake in life, and it's nice to forgive someone and it's nice to be forgiven. However, through our naivety of making that mistake, or their naivety of making that mistake and earning the forgiveness, people learn not to make the same mistake again. When it comes to narcissistic people, if you forgive them, more often than not, they will then do it again. And if you forgive them again, they will continue to repeat this behaviour, which negatively impacts your life, as they feel entitled to do as they please. The more you forgive a narcissistic individual, the worse their behaviour gets, as they're not remorseful that they hurt you. They're not looking to repair the damage. They're looking to exploit you and continue to get away with their behaviour. Now, forgiveness is to willfully make a choice to put any sort of feelings of resentment and anger and bitterness towards somebody who has wronged you and hurt you and done something horrific towards who you are as a person, negatively impacted your life, to one side. Which, when it comes to a narcissistic person, if you wish to forgive, then by all means forgive. But don't forget, don't allow them the opportunity to continue exploiting you. Once you've forgiven them the first time, there shouldn't be a need to forgive them a second time, because they shouldn't be willing to do the same thing again to hurt you. If they cared about you, however, narcissists lack the empathy to care. When you forgive a narcissistic individual, as they thrive off that power and control, forgiveness validates their behaviour. It makes them believe that their behaviour was okay. It's okay, they forgave me. They can also see forgiveness as a weakness, an opportunity to further exploit who you are as a person so that they can get their needs met by you. They learn that you will forgive them. They learn the tricks and the manipulation tactics to get away with their behaviour. Your forgiveness to a narcissist is a sign that their behaviour is okay. It allows them to avoid taking responsibility. It allows them to avoid taking ownership for their behaviour. It allows them to avoid the consequences of their actions. It gives them no reason to change because you continue to forgive them. And now with a narcissistic individual, they have so many ways of playing the victim and manipulation in order to gain your forgiveness. However, all it does is erode your self-esteem, erode your confidence, erode your abilities. All it does is give you that sense of learned helplessness through the narcissist. You feel trapped in the situation, full of self-doubt, and it diminishes who you are as a person. Forgiveness to a narcissistic individual is just further manipulation. Now, we do have to work on our feelings of anger and resentment and bitterness. We have to grieve and we have to find a way to move forward. However, that way doesn't necessarily mean that you have to forgive them. It can just get to a point where, because you've worked on who you are as a person, away from the person who continues to hurt you, that you begin to feel better about who you are as a person. So you've not necessarily forgiven them, but you learn through the stages as you grow and develop and move away from them that you can achieve things, that you are capable. And you kind of lose that resentment, you lose that bitterness over time. However, that doesn't mean you go back to them to give them another chance to exploit and manipulate you. Forgiveness is for who you are as a person. However, more often than not, the more you forgive a narcissistic individual, the worse their treatment will get towards you. And if you are still harbouring that resentment and anger and bitterness towards them, you haven't forgiven them. You've just allowed them another opportunity to manipulate you all the more.